Bushman blows the horn here. Yes, indeed, we can know the day and hour of the rapture. Many people keep making this mistake, and they state that no one knows the day or the hour. No one knows the day or the hour. And they try to make people believe that that verse is speaking of the rapture. However, I beg to differ. So, the famous verse, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Mark 13, verse 32. So, why don't we take a step back and actually look at a couple of verses before? So, verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away. Okay, so heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour, what day and hour? The day heaven and earth shall pass away, knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. So, could it be that that day is speaking of the day that the heavens and the earth pass away? Mark 13, verse 32. Let's see if we can find a verse in the Bible that connects. So the same thing, Matthew 24, verse 34 to 36. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So what day is this? For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 2. So it comes as a thief in the night because no one knows. So the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night. So this is obviously the day being spoken of. That's why of that day and hour knoweth no man. No man knows it because it comes as a thief in the night. So, what day is this that comes as a thief in the night? 2 Peter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Okay, so the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night. And what happens when the day of the Lord comes? In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. 2 Peter 3 verse 10. So the heavens pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Does this connect with the verse, verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done? Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. So the day that heaven and earth passes away, the day that comes as a thief in the night. So, the day that no man knoweth is the day that comes as a thief in the night, which is the day the heavens shall pass away, the great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So, what day is this when the heavens shall pass away? Revelation 20, verse 7 to 8. And when the 1,000 years are expired, this is after the millennial reign, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, together to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from heaven, out of heaven. Right. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. Revelation 20, verse 9. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Revelation 20, verse 10. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. Revelation 20, verse 11. So, does this sound like the day being spoken of, when the heavens and the earth fly away? So, is this the day that'll come as a thief? So, what happens on this day? And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. Revelation 20, verse 12. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. Revelation 20, verse 13. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Revelation 20, verse 14 to 15. So, this is the day that comes as a thief. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. 2 Peter 3, verse 10. Does that sound like what we just read in Revelation 20? Well, the events in Revelation 20 and from verse 7 happen after the 1,000-year millennial reign. So this is the day that Yeshua said, of that day and hour knoweth no man, the day of judgment, the day of the Lord. However, on the other hand, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Matthew 24, verse 37 and 38. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Matthew 24, verse 39 to 41. So, the coming of the Son of Man, speaking of the rapture, will be as it was in the days of Noah. Any keen observer will agree with me, and we are living in the days of Noah. And of that day and hour knoweth no man is not referring to the rapture. It's referring to Judgment Day, which comes after the 1,000-year millennial reign. Big difference. So when someone says to you, no one knows the day or the hour, and tries to convince you that that verse is referring to the rapture, that is totally incorrect. It is not speaking of the rapture. It is speaking of that day, the day of the Lord, the day of judgment, which takes place after the 1,000-year millennial reign. I hope this study has been a blessing to you. Please share it so that others can learn. Thank you. And yeah, I'm out.